I'm Robert Tagliapietra.
And I'm Jeffrey Costello.
And we're Costello Tagliapietra. Partners, process, strive.
And I kind of knew when I was a kid, I was just obsessed with working with my grandmother when she was sewing and things like that. She kind of taught me the finer points of style, I guess.
Story goes like Jeffrey was working with a stylist on Madonna's bedtime story video, and I needled my way into that. Again, we were working with a lot of bands, a lot of doing tours and music videos and things like that. So my start in fashion was a little less structured. We make our own patterns, we sew some of our own clothes. So I think for us, that's just an important part of our story, I think, you know, and it's an important part of our design process. For us this season, we really started with some pictures that Jeffrey had taken during, you know, nature walks and things like that. And we were kind of painting them, and then, you know, slowly we saw a kind of palette build out. So it's less about something that's obvious and on paper, and it's more of just sort of creating an atmosphere. It's a way to kind of experiment with our own wardrobe, what we wear, bring pieces of that into the collection, whether it's hand embroidering a plaid or find other ways to tell that story. Like, you really want that sort of feeling of confidence when you see somebody trying something on in the mirror and they put it on and they're not fussing with themselves and they're not and they're holding themselves up, sort of, you know, that's exciting for us, you know, it's like that's the moment where you feel like you've done something right. Clothes are the first thing you see when you meet somebody. It's your first impression, and it's really how you define somebody the second you meet them. It's a way for people to kind of tell their story. It's just a lot of work. I think people don't realize how much work it is to, you know, it's not just about putting on a show, it's all that, you know, sometimes that's the fun part. You know, we get to put together a beautiful show twice a year. That's fun, you know, as much work as it is fun. It's the other stuff that's the hard work, I think.
Instagram. Pizza. Eggplant.
I love gummy bears. I mean, I like Twizzlers and gummy bears.
Winter.
I like fall and winter. Music has always been an important inspiration for us. So I don't know how happy that makes the other people in the office. We have eclectic taste in music.
Please.
Yeah, vintage. I'm kind of into flats right now. Fall.
New York City, it's home.
Yeah, I mean, we've lived in New York forever.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Where'd you head?
Not get mired in all the stress of the daily life, and as hard as that is, but I think I think that's something that I'm always trying to work on and not be so stressed out all the time. I'm just excited to show at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, you know. I think it's just super exciting to be able to show at Lincoln Center. I mean, it's living in New York my whole life. I mean, who doesn't want to have some sort of experience doing that? I mean, that's just very exciting for us. I always tell people to pronounce it phonetically. It's just Costello Tagliapietra. Once you see it as little sections of three, it becomes easier to pronounce.